World War II, the most glazed war in all of human history. Games, movies, TV shows. My country has a huge throbbing hard-on for anything taking place after December 7th, 1941 specifically. Because let's be honest, nothing really important happened before that. Now I'll be the first to say it. America absolutely won that war for everyone else. Like, to a considerable margin. Full stop, we kinda steamrolled the entire thing. But my god, does it get boring having to hear about the same thing over and over and over again. Everyone and their fucking grandfather loves to glaze D-Day. Like, fuck, we get it, dude. It was a beach, and it was hard, and there were bullets everywhere, but the D-Day glaze needs to end. My grandfather was a bomber pilot during World War II, and he lost many good brothers on the ground in Normandy that day. This video is very offensive. Well, your grandpa fucking sucks at his job and can't hit a German encampment. Probably the reason they're all dead. Guys, I'm not gonna pretend World War II was some devastating, somber event that was tragic, okay? My country made fucking bank off of this war. You saw our industry? You think aircraft carriers grow on trees? Maybe not for you losers, but we pumped out as many aircraft carriers as Gen 1 Pokemon. While your citizens were starving, being bombed by enemy soldiers, our citizens were working in factories and making money for the first time. It's kinda awesome when your country only gets the benefits of war with none of the consequences. Okay, yeah, people died and that sucked, but let's be honest, when they got back home, it looked like it was pretty good. Every actor from the 1950s just happens to be a World War II vet. Every business owner, every inventor, just so many people just happen to be veterans, and they seem pretty cool afterwards. Well, maybe not if you were black. They didn't actually give you any of your benefits, but in a roundabout way, when you think about it, it kind of started the civil rights movement. So, in a way, I'm not gonna finish this point. No wonder our people are so war hungry. Unironically, to a lot of Americans, war is just seen as something that happens to dumb foreigners to live very far away from us. And war isn't something that ever actually affects citizens that work a normal, regular job. Like, the average London citizen probably got bombed over and over and over again. And the best thing the Japanese could do to the Americans were fucking balloons. And I guarantee you, somebody's grandmother in Omaha, Nebraska is gonna be saying how Chinese cartoon people were gonna take over the country back when she was their age. And then Mama goes into her rant about communism and Venezuelan gangs in the apartment next door. But the point is, I'd like to see Charizard try to take a round from a Bofors anti-air cannon. You know, it's not like America didn't do anything cool during World War II. It's just, there's only so many times you can glaze the Battle of the Bulge until I think you just want to glaze the bulge. It's sus. But Lalo, the Pacific campaign was really hard. Like, yeah, the Pacific sucked, but we had fucking ice cream barges. We spent $1 million just so our boys could get ice cream while fighting the war. We were actually chilling through this whole war, and I think we as Americans should take pride in the fact that our experience was significantly easier compared to Europors. While Jerry from Liverpool is enjoying his saltine crackers and one slice of ham as his daily ration, Chad from Indiana is getting 3 meals a day. Americans are just basically better at not dying in warfare. America was absolutely, unquestionably, uncontestably successful during World War II. What North Africa campaign? A whole theater of the war we sucked at. Now that's something I don't want to fantasize about. And we basically single-handedly carried the entire Pacific campaign. Okay, like, yeah, I know Britain and Australia helped, but let's be for real here, guys. We really put in most of the work there. But we only really care about Iwo Jima and Okinawa. Americans need to realize that we basically single-handedly took the entire Pacific Ocean for ourselves. And that's honestly the main problem. More Americans need to know about, you know, the events of the war besides, like, those 3 battles I've mentioned. Not only because, you know, we're built different, but America builds different. We gotta take pride in the fact that we are pumping out ships faster than the Indian birth rate, while everyone else was struggling to do anything cause, you know, bombs tend to do that. But that's the problem with how Americans view the war. We don't understand the absolute struggle everyone else was going through before we involved ourselves. We should learn about how the civilians had to rise up and defend their countries after the failures of their own armies. We should learn about how we bankrolled the UK and Russia basically because they couldn't afford to do anything themselves and they needed to come to us to do it for them. Like, sure, there's probably a documentary played every year in fucking Baku, Azerbaijan, but the fact is, I think more people should know that an entire fifth of their population was conscripted into the Red Army to fight against the Germans. More people should see Yugoslav peasant resistance against the Germans. The fact that Americans only think 2 countries were basically saved by America is honestly baffling.
Maybe he's not some sort of devil or Jesus character. Maybe he's just a guy trying to do the right thing.
We're talking about a country whose very existence challenges our own sense of priority in the universe. We're not special on this earth, we're just one among other life forms. And now we learn that we're not even special in the entire universe because there is America. There he is, superpower among us.
It's just unfortunate that the biggest fans of this war just happen to be the worst people imaginable. And probably your dad, who watches World War II in color, the documentary. Unrelated, I think the Battle of Manila would have been the greatest battlefield maps of all time, but that's for another day. If you remember anything from this video, remember this. The United States illegally interned Japanese citizens from 1942 to 1946. Japanese citizens were taken from their homes and basically put into concentration camps. Another fun fact, America basically helped invent the concept of internment camps during the American-Philippine War. Germans took great inspiration from Americans when making their legislation during the Third Reich. This just proves that America is even better than Europeans at racism. You guys can't even do that correctly. We had to save you guys, and we got to be even more racist at the same time. Bye, please subscribe.
Oh, Happy feet. One more combo. That ain't Falco.